The Needham Finance Committee is charged with educating the public about fiscal implications of certain warrant articles at town meeting. With a special town meeting less than a week away, let's take a look at why two of the funding requests are not getting the committee's support.
At its meeting on October 12th, the Finance Committee voted 8-1 to not recommend Article 7, which seeks an appropriation of $55,000 to hire a consultant to work with the Climate Action Plan Committee. The Climate Action Plan Committee was formed this year to develop a plan that can guide Needham to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions. The committee consists of 9 volunteers appointed by the Select Board and has identified potential actions after reviewing the town's greenhouse gas inventory. In one of the Warrant article presentation videos proponents put out prior to town meeting, Climate Action Plan Committee Vice Chair Nick Hill explained the role of the requested position.
The requested appropriation would cover the cost of hiring a consultant to take the efforts of the working groups and the committee and to complete a climate action plan. An experienced consultant will give us an outside perspective and give insights into what has and hasn't worked in other communities and the reasons why it hasn't worked.
But many Finance Committee members think the position lacks a clear scope of work.
It seems to me that if Needham has a plan, Needham should present the plan, and then we should make a determination whether that plan is reasonable for the $55,000 request.
They also questioned the timing of the request, which they thought should be brought up at the annual town meeting in May 2023.
It does not have an opportunity to compete against any of the other requests that may come in May. By doing it in November, it's in a vacuum.
Hill said in the presentation video that the committee arrived at a $50,000 budget by reviewing plans of peer towns.
Our peer towns have spent anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 in the development of their climate action plans.
He further explained why finalizing the funding this year is essential.
This will allow us to have a completed climate action plan by mid-2023. The plan will prioritize specific action items which can begin to be acted upon immediately. The plan will identify potential funding sources, federal, state, and private.
The Finance Committee also unanimously voted against Article 11, which, if passed, will authorize the town to borrow $2.5 million for the purchase of 34 acres of open space near the Ridge Hill Reservation. The acquisition is a collaboration between the town of Needham and the Concord-based developer Northland Residential on the plan of purchasing the entire 64-acre Castle Farm. At the Select Board meeting on October 11th, Northland President Jack Doley said the developer would purchase the entire property with $21 million first and then sell the 2 parcels totaling 6.3 acres along Charles River Street and the 28-acre meadowland along the Charles River to the town for $2.5 million. The developer intends to build 70 age-directed townhouse units on the retained 28-acre parcel, and some would be designated as affordable. The Select Board stated this collaboration is critical to preserving the rest of the land from development and to expanding public access to open space.
The town, working with the Northland, had a bid rejected by the sellers in February. The family put the property on the market. Our spring bids were also rejected, and the property was sold in May to a buyer who intended to build single-family homes on the property. We were deeply disappointed by this outcome because we believe that our proposal preserved the greatest amount of open space. 20 to 25 additional acres of land will be clear-cut on this property by a single-family home developer.
The Finance Committee was worried borrowing money for this project would hinder the town's ability to achieve other priorities because Needham has almost reached its 3% debt limit.
So we are clearly making a decision to defer other projects as yet unarticulated. And I'm not sure that that might sway me as to what it is that we're really believing to be a priority here.
If we're going to be using our last borrowing amounts to get us up to 3%, we should be spending it on things that are necessary as opposed to nice. And that's what I view this property.
For Needham Channel News, I'm Yu Xiaoyuan.